Okay, guys, now that we understand the purpose of government, let's talk about one of the fundamental things that we're going to talk about this year, which is citizenship. So, when I say citizenship, if I can say it right, when I say citizenship or to be a citizen, what does that mean? Well, a citizen is an individual with certain rights and duties under government who, by birth or by choice, owes loyalty to that government. And so then that means that citizenship is the status given to a legal member of the country involving rights, duties, and privileges. So to be a citizen of a country means that you are given rights and duties under a government, whether you are born into that role or you choose to be in that role. And because you are given those certain rights and those duties and responsibilities and privileges, you owe a certain loyalty to that government. Let's talk about, we'll actually come back to the 14th Amendment. Let's talk about how you can become a citizen. So, first of all, the way that a lot of people in America have become citizens is that you're born a citizen. You must be born within the United States borders or to a United States citizen parent in order to be considered a citizen by birth. So if one or both of your parents are an American citizen when you were born, then you are considered an American citizen. And if you're born within the United States borders, so if you're born anywhere in the United States, including military bases, you are considered an American citizen by birth. The other way that people can choose to become a citizen if they're born in another country would be the naturalization process. That's a big word. Say it out loud. Naturalization process. And this is the process that people will go through in order to become an American citizen. There's 5 steps. You have to establish residency. You need to know American history and principles. You need to be able to read, speak, and write basic English. You have to take an exam and pass it on history and principles of America. And then your last step is you take an oath of allegiance to America, to our country. So those are the 2 ways that you can become a citizen. We'll talk a little bit more about the naturalization process tomorrow. So you can either be born an American citizen by birth or a naturalized citizen, which means you went through the naturalization process. The 14th Amendment, which was passed right after the Civil War, is another way that people became citizens. The 14th Amendment defines who is a citizen and how citizenship is attained. It requires states to comply with national guidelines. This was one of our Civil War amendments. So it was passed right after the Civil War, and it was done in order to make sure that Southern states were not able to make special rules and bend the rules to make sure that former enslaved individuals were not considered citizens. That is the quote that is a part of the Constitution. That's the 14th Amendment right there. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction of. So, no state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now, what do we call people who are not citizens? Now, in order to be a citizen, you have to either be born here or have gone through the naturalization process. What if you're here and you're working on that? So we have legal aliens and illegal aliens. Legal aliens, alien meaning somebody who is not from this area, hence outer space. They're not from Earth. They're considered aliens. Legal alien, you must have an ID card. It's informally known as a green card. You've probably heard that before. And when you're a legal alien, you cannot vote or hold elected office, but otherwise you have the same basic rights as a citizen. You can't vote and you can't run for office, but everything else you have the same basic rights. An illegal alien, you do not have permission to have been in the United States. So if you have not gotten your green card, you don't have permission to be here, you would be considered an illegal alien. These are the people that may be asked to go back to their home country because they're not here legally. So those are the other 2 terms. Legal alien, you've got your green card. You have the same basic rights. You just can't vote or hold elected office. Illegal alien does not have permission to be in the United States, and they may be deported.